Why the top 1% elite protects these secrets about God from you. Let me ask you something that might shake the very foundation of what you believe. What if the version of God you've been taught your entire life is incomplete? What if the truths about God, about the universe, about your own divine nature have been hidden from you deliberately? Now, I'm not here to instill fear. I'm here to wake you up, to make you question, and to show you that there's a reason the top 1%, the elites of this world, go to great lengths to protect these secrets from you. It's not because you're unworthy of knowing them. It's because they know that if you discover these truths, you will no longer be controllable. You will no longer live in fear. You will no longer play by their rules. Think about this throughout history. The most powerful institutions, whether religious, political, or economic, have always sought to control knowledge. Why? Because knowledge is power. But spiritual knowledge, the kind that connects you directly to God, to the divine source, to the infinite intelligence of the universe, is the ultimate power. And when you have that power, you transcend the systems of control that keep so many people trapped. The first secret they don't want you to know is that God is not something external to you. The traditional narrative most of us are fed is that God is out there in the sky, in a church, in a book, or in the hands of an authority figure who claims to speak on God's behalf. This makes you dependent. It makes you believe that you need someone or something to mediate your relationship with the divine. But what if that's not true? What if the divine is within you? What if you are, at your core, an extension of God, inseparable from the infinite source of creation? You've probably felt it before, even if you didn't fully recognize it. Those moments of deep intuition, when you just knew something without knowing how. Those moments of stillness, when the world faded away and you felt a profound sense of connection to something greater. Those aren't accidents. They're glimpses of the truth, proof that the divine is not somewhere outside of you, but within you. And if you could fully embrace this truth, imagine how much power you'd reclaim. Imagine how differently you'd live your life if you knew, without a doubt, that you are not separate from God, but an expression of God. This brings us to the second secret. Fear is the primary tool of control. And the elites have mastered the art of using it to keep you disconnected from your divine nature. Look around you. Fear is everywhere. Fear of death, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. But here's the thing, fear is only effective when you forget who you are. When you believe you're just a fragile human being, limited by your circumstances, fear has power over you. But when you remember that you are a divine being, eternal and infinite, fear loses its grip.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Why do you think so many systems are designed to keep you in a state of fear? Whether it's the constant barrage of bad news, the pressure to conform, or the fear of questioning authority, it's all designed to keep you small and to keep you from realizing that you are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. The elites understand this. They've known it for centuries. And that's why they go to such great lengths to distract you, to divide you, and to keep you disconnected from the truth. But here's the third secret, the one they fear the most. The moment you awaken to your true nature, their control over you ends. When you realize that the divine is within you, that you are an eternal being having a temporary human experience, you stop playing their games. You stop chasing the things they tell you to chase: money, status, external validation, because you understand that true fulfillment comes from within. You stop fearing the things they tell you to fear, because you know that nothing real can be threatened. Ask yourself, who benefits from you not knowing this? Who benefits when you believe you're powerless, separate and small? And more importantly, Who would you become if you let go of those beliefs? The truth is, the elites don't hold all the power. They hold only the power you give them by believing in the illusions they create. And the greatest illusion of all is that you are separate from God. Once you see through that illusion, everything changes. You begin to see the world for what it really is, not a place of scarcity or limitation, but a playground for growth, creation, and infinite possibility. But awakening to this truth isn't just about rejecting external control. It's also about taking responsibility. Because if you are an extension of God, if you are divine, then you are also a creator. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you are the architect of your reality. This is the fourth secret. They don't want you to know you have the power to shape your life, to create your experience, to manifest your dreams. But they don't want you to realize this, because a society of awakened creators is impossible to control. So, how do you begin to awaken to these truths? The first step is to question everything. Don't accept anything at face value, especially the narratives that tell you who you are and what you're capable of. Ask yourself, who am I really? Am I this body, this mind, this identity, or am I something more? The second step is to cultivate stillness. In the silence, beyond the noise of the world, you'll begin to hear the voice of your own soul. You'll begin to connect with the divine within you. And the more you do this, the more you'll realize that everything you've been searching for, peace, love, purpose, has been within you all along. The third step is to let go of fear. This doesn't mean you'll never feel afraid, but it means you'll stop letting fear control your decisions. When fear arises, see it for what it is: a tool of limitation, a product of the illusion. And then choose courage. Choose love. Choose to trust in the infinite intelligence of the universe, which is also the infinite intelligence within you. The hidden blueprint, how the universe is designed for your awakening. Have you ever stopped to wonder if everything in your life, every joy, every challenge, every so-called coincidence is happening for a reason? What if I told you that the universe itself is designed meticulously and intentionally to awaken you to your true nature? And what if the very secrets the top 1% elites are hiding from you aren't just about God, but about how the universe operates in perfect harmony to guide you toward your own spiritual liberation? Let's dive into this hidden blueprint. The first thing you need to understand is that nothing, absolutely nothing, is random. The universe operates on laws, not chaos. These laws are not just the physical ones we observe, like gravity or thermodynamics. There are spiritual laws, subtle yet powerful forces that govern everything in existence. The elites understand these laws, and they use them to maintain their influence. But here's the twist: these laws don't belong to them. They belong to everyone, because they are the blueprint of the universe itself. And once you understand these laws, you can awaken to your full potential. One of the most important spiritual laws, hidden in plain sight, is the law of reflection. This law states that your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. The circumstances and people in your life aren't random, they are reflections of your own energy, your own beliefs, and your own state of consciousness. The elites don't want you to know this because it means you have far more control over your reality than you've been led to believe. If you're unhappy with your life, the answer isn't to blame external forces. The answer is to look within and transform yourself. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when you're feeling joyful and grateful, life seems to flow effortlessly? Opportunities appear, and everything feels aligned. But when you're stuck in fear or anger, the world around you mirrors that. Energy problems arise, relationships become strained, and nothing seems to go your way. This isn't a coincidence. It's the universe reflecting your internal state back to you, giving you the tools to wake you up. But here's the deeper truth: the universe doesn't just reflect your energy, it also communicates with you. Every experience, every challenge, every so-called obstacle is a message. The universe is constantly guiding you, nudging you toward awakening. The problem is, most of us are too distracted to notice. We're so caught up in the noise of the world, in the fear and distractions perpetuated by the elites, that we miss the signs. Ask yourself, what if the challenges in your life aren't happening to you but for you? What if every difficulty is an opportunity, a lesson designed to help you grow and remember who you truly are? For example, when you lose something or someone you love, the pain can feel unbearable. But what if that loss is teaching you about impermanence, about the deeper truth that nothing in the physical world lasts forever, but that your connection to the divine is eternal? Another hidden law is the law of vibration. Everything in the universe vibrates at a frequency, including you. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all emit a vibration, and that vibration attracts experiences that match it. This is why people often say, you attract what you are. The elites understand this law deeply, which is why they work so hard to keep you in a state of low vibration fear, anger, hopelessness. Because when you're vibrating at a low frequency, you're easier to manipulate. But here's the secret: they don't want you to know you have the power to raise your vibration. And when you do, everything changes. You begin to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your higher self. You begin to step into a flow state where life feels effortless and synchronistic. The universe starts to feel like it's working with you, not against you. How do you raise your vibration? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, and habits. Are they uplifting you or pulling you down? The second step is intention. Choose to focus on love, gratitude, and compassion, even in the face of challenges. The third step is action. Surround yourself with people, environments, and activities that nourish your soul. The elites don't want you to know this because an awakened, high-vibration individual is unstoppable. Imagine a world where millions of people understood this truth, where they stopped living in fear and started living in alignment with the divine blueprint of the universe. Imagine the ripple effect that would have not just on individuals but on entire systems of power and control. But let's go deeper. The universe isn't just designed to awaken you, it's designed to remind you of your oneness with everything. This is the ultimate secret: you are not separate from the universe. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from anyone or anything. The universe is a single, interconnected whole, and you are a part of it. The elites have worked hard to perpetuate the illusion of separation from God, from each other, and from your own divine nature, because when you feel separate, you feel powerless. But when you remember your oneness, you reclaim your power. Have you ever felt a deep sense of connection to something greater than yourself? Maybe it was during a moment of stillness in nature, or when you looked into the eyes of someone you love, or when you lost yourself in a creative flow. Those moments aren't accidents, they're glimpses of the truth. They're reminders that the boundaries we perceive between self and other, between life and death, between God and the world are illusions. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you truly embraced this oneness? How would you treat others if you saw them as reflections of yourself? How would you experience challenges if you knew they were part of a greater design, orchestrated for your growth and awakening? The blueprint is there. It's always been there. The universe is not random, and neither is your life. Every moment, every experience is an invitation to wake up, to remember who you are, to step into your power as a co-creator of reality. The question is, are you paying attention? Cracking the code, why they fear your awakening and how to break free. Let's get to the heart of it. Why would the top 1%, the so-called elites, fear your awakening? What is it about you discovering the truth of your divine nature, your infinite power, that threatens them so much? The answer is simple: an awakened individual is impossible to control. And when millions of individuals awaken, their systems of control crumble. Think about it. The elites thrive on division, fear, and dependence. They've built systems, political, economic, and even religious, that keep people disconnected from themselves and from each other. They want you to believe that power exists outside of you, in governments, in institutions, in material wealth. They want you to feel small, powerless, and in need of their guidance. But the moment you awaken to your true nature, you realize their power over you was never real. It was only ever an illusion, sustained by your belief in it. Let me ask you a question: who would you be if you stopped believing in the limitations they placed on you? Who would you become if you truly understood that all the power you've been searching for already exists within you? The elites fear your awakening because they know it would shatter the illusion of control. They thrive on a collective consciousness rooted in fear, but an awakened consciousness is rooted in love, truth, and unity. When you awaken, you stop playing their game. You stop buying into the narrative that you need to compete, conform, or consume to find fulfillment. You start living from a place of purpose, creativity, and freedom. And when enough people do this, the systems that depend on fear and division collapse. So, how do you crack the code and break free? The first step is to reclaim your attention. The elites have mastered the art of distraction. They bombard you with noise, constant news, social media, advertisements designed to keep you focused on the external world. But the truth is, awakening happens within. It requires stillness, reflection, and the courage to look beyond the surface. Start by asking yourself, where is my attention going? Am I consumed by things that drain my energy, or am I nurturing the connection to my inner self? Once you reclaim your attention, you can begin to cultivate awareness, the kind of awareness that sees through the illusions and recognizes the truth. The second step is to embrace your individuality. One of the greatest lies the elites perpetuate is that you must fit into a mold, follow the crowd, and conform to societal expectations. But the truth is, your uniqueness is your power. Your soul came into this world with a purpose, a reason for being here. When you honor that purpose and live authentically, you become unstoppable. Finally, the third step is to align with love. Love is the ultimate force of awakening. It dissolves fear, heals division, and reconnects you to your oneness with the universe. This isn't just about loving others, it's about loving yourself, loving the journey, and loving the divine essence within you. When you live from a place of love, you raise your vibration, and in doing so, you contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. The elites fear this because love is the one thing they can't control. Love is infinite, unbreakable, and it awakens the divine spark within everyone it touches. Ask yourself, what would happen if you fully embraced love, not just as an idea, but as a way of being? How would your life change? How would the world change? The truth is, the key to breaking free has always been within you. You don't need permission, approval, or external guidance. You are already enough. You are already enough. You are already divine. The moment you truly realize this, the game ends. Their fear is not your problem, it's your opportunity. It's time to awaken. The revolution of consciousness, creating a new earth together. Now that you see the game, the illusions, and the power within you, let's talk about what happens next. Awakening isn't just a personal journey, it's the spark of a collective revolution. When enough individuals awaken, the entire fabric of reality begins to shift. This is what the elites fear the most, that their carefully constructed systems of control will dissolve under the light of a new consciousness. And make no mistake, this revolution isn't one of violence or rebellion. It's far more powerful than that. It's a revolution of the mind, the spirit, and the heart, a revolution that creates a new earth. But what does this new earth look like? Imagine a world where people no longer live in fear or scarcity. A world where love, cooperation, and creativity replace competition, division, and exploitation. This isn't some far-off utopia, it's a reality that begins the moment you and others embrace your awakening. The new earth is not built by governments or institutions, it's built by individuals who choose to live from their highest truth. The first step in creating this new earth is to anchor yourself in the present moment. The elites have spent centuries keeping humanity trapped in the past or anxiously projecting into the future because they know that the present moment is where your power resides. When you are fully present, you're no longer distracted by the illusions of fear or control. You see life clearly as it is, and you begin to act from a place of wisdom and love. Ask yourself, how often am I fully present? How often do I pause to feel the life flowing through me or to truly connect with those around me? The more present you become, the more you tap into the infinite intelligence of the universe, and the more you bring that energy into the world. The second step is to live with intention. Your thoughts, words, and actions are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. They ripple out into the collective consciousness, shaping the world in ways you can't always see. This is why the elites work so hard to keep you focused on negativity. They know that fear and division perpetuate themselves. But the opposite is also true. When you act from a place of love, compassion, and authenticity, you create ripples of awakening that inspire others to do the same. Imagine this: what if every decision you made, no matter how small, was guided by the question, does this align with love and truth? How would your life change? How would the lives of those around you change? This is how revolutions begin, one intentional act after another, until the old systems can no longer sustain themselves. The third and final step is unity. The greatest illusion the elites have created is the illusion of separation between nations, races, religions, and even individuals. But the truth is, we are all connected. We are all expressions of the same divine energy, living in different forms. When you awaken to this oneness, you stop seeing others as threats or competitors. You begin to see them as mirrors, as partners in this great cosmic dance. Unity doesn't mean everyone thinks or acts the same. It means honoring the diversity of life while recognizing the underlying connection that binds us all. It means building relationships, communities, and societies based on mutual respect and shared purpose. Ask yourself, how can I bring more unity into my life? How can I bridge the gaps between myself and others? The answers to these questions are the seeds of the new earth. You don't need to wait for the world to change before you start living this way. The revolution of consciousness begins with you. When you live from a place of presence, intention, and unity, you become a beacon of light in a world that's still waking up. And as your light grows, it inspires others to awaken too. This is how we create the new earth together. Not through force, but through love. Not through resistance, but through alignment. Not through fear, but through the unshakable knowing that we are infinite, divine, and free. So, I leave you with this: who will you choose to be? Will you continue to live as a product of the old systems, or will you step into your role as a creator of the new earth? The choice is yours, and the time is now.